It's now time for the changing weather. Well, here we are, 2 days from the winter forecast. We are meticulously studying the weather patterns. It's absolutely mind-blowing watching the LRC come together. We will share that with you in Thursday's report. So for today, I hope you're doing great. Winter is just a couple weeks away from starting anyway. Let me take you through the latest on the pattern developing right now, and then get ready for Thursday. The latest developments of the LRC, 2 days from the winter outlook on this December 10th, 2024 report. 70 years of research, now 75 years of research, has led to our innovative method that we are sharing with you. Oh my, what is this map? It looks like a whole bunch of lines. And where in the heck are we looking at? Here, right here, you can see there's Oregon. Right in here, see my little arrow. Oregon there, Washington, California. There's Mexico. Here's Canada. And you see this big trough with all this red and orange stuff. That's vorticity. That's energy in the atmosphere. And you can see a negatively tilted system lifting up into the east, a huge trough and wet storm. More on that in just a second. While this is going on, there's a series of systems forming in the Pacific about to shift the pattern around. Look what happens next, all right? This is by Friday. That other map was Wednesday. By Friday, storm number 1, storm number 2, storm number 3, 4. A whole series of storms developing out west. The huge trough in the east by Friday is lifted up into Canada and the northern Atlantic with a huge ridge forming. This is one wild weather pattern that is setting up for the months ahead that are going to bring us some very interesting weather. For that first storm, cold air is coming down through the Great Lakes, more lake effect snow. The Kansas City Chiefs will be heading to Cleveland this weekend, but believe it or not, there's a chance of rain in Cleveland this weekend, not snow for the game. So we'll see about that. Snow in the blue is inland over New York City, Boston, the main big cities, all getting rain from the system, not snow. Very interesting concept there. And then look at this. This is the forecast map for Saturday. Okay, this is Saturday. The first storm from the west coming out into eastern Kansas, western Missouri. And you see these colors, blue and purple, some freezing rain, sleet, and a little bit of snow as warmer air gets drawn into the system. So interesting as the Pacific systems start coming in. Wow, this is Hurricane Raphael. Why am I talking about Hurricane Raphael now? That was on November 8th. While Raphael was coming in, all right? Here's Raphael. Look at this LOW. See low? That's Raphael on November 9th. And here's a big storm in eastern Colorado with 3 circles around it, 10 times the size of Raphael. And then you have this. This is the forecast for Christmas week, December 23rd. This storm looks very similar to this storm. See, there it is, and there it is. Do you see that? And many of you have been following us for years, and you know I've shown you hundreds of examples like this. Now, granted, this is a 312-hour forecast for Christmas week. Where will it really be? It could be farther south. It could be farther north. The probability of it being right in this location is actually 60 or 75%. The probability is north or south, 25 to 40%. So we'll see, but just know there's a sign right there. Very interesting. And this produced 3 feet of snow in Colorado. Could that return in a Christmas week storm? In the first half, in the second half of the LRC this year, the first cycle, we saw double average precipitation, as you can see here. This is the precipitation that actually fell from Halloween to the first week of December. Very wet through the Corn Belt. However, look what happened before that. It was very dry through the Corn Belt and much of the United States, and that's where that drought was growing. The drought is now decreasing, but something started happening. something started happening in northern New Mexico and southern Colorado, and that expanded into that huge area of precipitation. So we'll talk about this in that winter forecast coming up Thursday. Warm start to the year. This is also from the October 6th, when the first day of the LRC, to a few days ago. You can see it has been warm just about everywhere except for out west. Very interesting. And then in the first half of the cycle, it was a little bit cooler, near average in the east, and much warmer in the west. So very interesting. And then it turned cooler in the west from October 31st to December 5th. All of this is important, as it's all part of the cycling weather pattern, and there are two phases of the weather pattern, with the LRC, the big centerpiece of the big atmospheric jigsaw puzzle that is now cycling. We're likely in the second cycle of this year's pattern. The Arctic Oscillation is one of those pieces. Look how high positive it went in late October. Okay, this likely was an indication and a symptom of why it's been so warm. Okay, but there's some dips negative. What does this mean? We'll talk about that as well. And then this is the latest Arctic air mass, our latest temperature forecast, valid this Sunday when the Chiefs are playing Cleveland. See, that's why it's not going to be snow there. It may rain, but the Arctic air will be way up north. I think it's coming down. I believe it is coming down in sometime in January or February. All right, big time. The Weather 2020 Winter Forecast Guide comes out on Thursday. So here we go. And for you, our valued customers, our premium customers, you're going to get to see it right here. You're not going to have to purchase anything extra for it. So there you go. Just a quick update today. I got to get back to my studying of the winter weather patterns. It's been 2 months in process. It's absolutely mind-blowing, and I'm sharing some of the conclusions with you on what it may mean. And we'll look at the dashboard as well, from the Weather 2020 Vision dashboard, some of the results for state by state. That's coming up Thursday. Have a great day, everyone. Let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you for watching The Changing Weather.